Dobro Veche, Divine Pisces, 222. Gonna do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. It is Sunday, April 5th, 2020. And yesterday, I kind of just realized, I know yesterday was the 4-4 portal, but it was 4-4 of 2020, so it's 4-4-4. And actually, if you look at the running time on my video, it was 21 minutes and 19 seconds, which actually reduces to 4. So I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, so the two main points, I think, right now, faith and trust. Okay, a lot of you are going through serious test of your faith right now. Okay, and honestly, faith and trust, they kind of go hand in hand because you can't have one without the other. You really can't. Okay, so a lot of you are going through a very serious test of your faith right now. Some of you are having issues trusting other people, but really having issues trusting yourself as well. So you are being encouraged to put up some boundaries here, okay? So that being said, I mean, this could be external situation, could be with karmic situation, could be with your counterpart, could be with yourself. Some of you have some serious issues putting up boundaries with yourself, okay? But I also feel that not only is this a test of your faith as far as source goes, the journey goes, your path goes, it's having faith in yourself, trusting yourself, setting boundaries for yourself, okay? And I do feel some of you also are being pushed towards your mission right now. Some of you have embraced your mission. Some of you have discovered your mission, recently discovered your mission, okay? Which is helping you to kind of bring back your sovereignty. Because some of you have relinquished this. And some of you have relinquished this to your counterpart. You know, and some of you are starting to realize that you have been doing that. You've been doing that for a really long time, and that's where this comes in, okay? Setting up those boundaries. Bringing back your sovereignty to yourself and trusting yourself that you know what you're doing. Okay? All right, let's take a look at Divine Masculine. See if anything's changed. Probably not. I mean, you know, just want to take bets? Anybody want to take bets? Alright, so, yeah, well, duh, yeah. So, some Divine Masculines right now are definitely not trusting themselves. They're not trusting anything right now. Some of them have been in mentally manipulative situations for such a long time, they don't trust anybody. They don't even trust themselves. They don't trust anything. So, when I say a serious test of faith, test of trust right now, definitely happening with Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine is having a really hard time putting up those boundaries because at this point, Divine Masculine is so used to the situation, so used to being unfulfilled where he's at, so used to feeling trapped, feeling like he can't go anywhere, that he's just like, doesn't do anything. Yeah. So, it's not funny. I'm sorry. It's really not. It's just that, you know, I'm not going to lie, guys. I've actually stopped watching daily tarot readings a long time ago. I'm going to say probably a month ago. I still support my fellow readers, absolutely. But as of right now, I've stopped watching readings for this reason because it just feels like, you know, it's like constantly looking for answers. I get that. But sometimes you place expectations on the readings, right? And I'm not discouraging anybody from watching a reading. If you feel like you're learning something, that's fantastic. I'm super happy to help you. You know, but as of right now, it's like Divine Masculine is not physically moving. Energetically, I feel like he's kind of going back and forth. Divine Masculine energetically is teetering. Okay. We all know Divine Masculine is not happy where he's at. Divine Masculine knows he's not happy where he's at. Divine Masculine knows that he's stuck or feels stuck or is making himself feel stuck because he's afraid to let go. He's afraid of what lies beyond where he's at. He's stuck, and it's like he's making himself stuck because it's all he knows. It's all he knows. Right? And there's been so much, and I've said this before, there's been so much coming at Divine Masculine here recently. Like, Divine Masculine has really had a tough year. Really tough year so far. Okay? And also keep in mind, guys, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, the energies can switch. You can be a Divine Feminine in your masculine energy. Sometimes you will resonate more with the Divine Masculine energy. Sometimes you resonate more with the Divine Feminine energy, even if you're Divine Masculine. So keep that in mind. It can switch back and forth. Okay, that's why I do both. Okay, so there's been so much coming at Divine Masculine, you know? And it's like he feels like he's just always fighting. It's like he's always having to defend himself. Always having to defend himself. And almost seems like he's almost having to defend himself to himself. Right? I tell you, Divine Masculine beats himself up more than anybody else could possibly do so. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Divine Feminine, have compassion, please. I know a lot of you are really fed up with the lack of movement. A lot of you are really fed up with the in and out, with the hot and cold, with the silence, with the separation. You're frustrated. Got it. Get it. Completely understand. But you have to also understand what you signed up for. Okay? And trust it. Trust it. You also need to trust Divine Masculine that he will eventually get to a point where he's also had enough. Do you get what I'm saying here? Divine Feminine, you've had enough. You've walked away. What is this going to do with Divine Masculine? Energetically, it's going to push him. And eventually he will have enough. And he will walk away. Okay? So in the meantime, I stated this yesterday, you can lend support to Divine Masculine without draining your energy. Okay? How do you do this? Send love. You always send love. You always send love. Okay? You can do that without draining yourself. Love is the natural state. Love is where you should be anyway. Right? So if you are embodying love, and that's what you're sending, how can you drain yourself? You can't, because you are love. Do you get it? Okay? I just felt the need to say that for some of you. Okay? Trust me, Divine Masculine is just as frustrated as Divine Feminine is. Okay? The energy is the same. You're mirroring. The energy is exactly the same. It's just manifesting differently. Okay? But yeah, Divine Masculine knows. Divine Masculine is drained. Divine Masculine feels incredibly, incredibly drained and incredibly, incredibly sorry. I feel a lot of forgiveness is needed right now. Divine Masculine is having a really hard time coming to terms with himself. This has been ongoing. Okay? And I also have to say that this is actually, believe it or not, a good thing. Divine Masculine feeling drained. Because for the longest time, Divine Masculine has been depending on Divine Feminine's energy. And has been using it for the karmic situation. Divine Feminine had enough and stopped sending energy. What did this do? Well, not only is Divine Masculine feeling drained because he's having to resort to using his own energy, but he's realizing he hasn't been in his authentic truth at all. He hasn't been speaking his truth. He's just been sitting there, smiling and nodding, putting up with the mental manipulation, becoming basically a slave to the situation. Because he doesn't know how to get out. At least he thinks he doesn't know. But in reality, he does know. He needs to speak his truth. But as of right now, Divine Masculine is afraid to do so. Okay? So what do we do with this fear? How do we deal with this fear with Divine Masculine? Divine Feminine, are you in fear? Are you somewhere? Are you in fear? Where are you in fear? Remember, fear is the opposite of love. So, if you're in fear, your divine masculine feels that. Change it. Okay? Divine feminine. Let's take a look at you. I think, what I stated earlier, or I said, I stopped watching readings. This is part of why I think I'm being guided to change my readings too, is because of the way the energies have been, and that, I don't know, I still don't know yet. I haven't been shown yet, but I will eventually be changing the way I do my readings. Yeah, okay, so Divine Feminine. Where are you not releasing something? I'm talking energetically, emotionally. There's something that you're still holding on to energetically here. Okay? Maybe there's something that you haven't come forward and acknowledged yet. Some sort of feelings, possibly an apology, something to that effect. Okay? You haven't really put in the work there. There's something else that is lingering here. Possibly Six of Cups in reverse. There's something that you're afraid to release here. And I think it's the connection. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. I can't stress this enough. We all have to get to this point ourselves. I get it. But some of you seriously have been focusing on the connection way too much, even recently. Okay? You never know what's going to happen when you release it. Trust me, I know. Okay? Because as soon as I released the connection, which was, a while back, something else happened. Okay? So trust me when I trust and faith. Trust me when I tell you, once you release this, it'll be a lot easier to deal with this and to put in the work for yourself. Okay? Who knows? Someone may come along to help you. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right? And it may not be your DM. Okay? So that being said, Divine Feminine, I do feel a purge is in order for you. I do feel that. I feel a purge is seriously in order for you. Now, that being said, also, I feel that some boundaries need to be set up here. Some of you have been maybe so afraid to not feel your counterpart that you've been letting your counterpart drain you because you like that energetic feeling. Does that make sense? So you're afraid to do that because, you're afraid to set your boundary with your counterpart because you're afraid you're going to lose them. You can't. You can't. They're always going to be there no matter what you do. I mean, whether that's comforting or not, I really don't know at this point, but I can tell you from experience, they're not going away. And when you think they're gone, you don't feel their energy for a while, and all of a sudden, show back up. And you're like, oh, dang it. They're back, right? So you're not going to lose your counterpart. You can't lose your counterpart. You're always connected no matter what you do, okay? So at this point, I feel like Divine Feminine is almost emotionally manipulating herself that if she disconnects from the connection, which you can't fully disconnect, but you know what I mean, then you're going to lose something. No, you're not. You're not going to lose anything. In fact, what did I say not too long ago about surrender? The whole idea that you think when you surrender, you're losing. That's not true. Sometimes when you lose, you win. Okay? So sometimes when you release something, when you let something go, you win. You get something back. You maybe it'll be an epiphany for you. Maybe you'll wake up to something. Maybe you'll step into mission. Maybe you'll meet a soulmate. Release it, Divine Feminine. Release it. Don't be afraid to release it. So again, here's the fear. Here's the fear. Where is Divine Feminine afraid? Divine Feminine is afraid to release something. I think the majority of you are afraid to release the connection. This could also be pertaining to something else, so just take it as it resonates, okay? It could be a karmic situation. Could be something having to do with family. I know that karmic cycles with family members have been incredibly highlighted this year. Okay, so maybe you're dealing with a family situation that you're absolutely terrified to release because you're afraid you're going to lose these people, or you're going to disappoint these people, or they won't love you anymore. Okay? So that's where the fear is with Divine Feminine, and it's being reflected with Divine Masculine. Okay? So Divine Feminine, where are you juggling? Where are you refusing to make a decision? It's time. There's a codependency here. It needs to end. It just needs to. It needs to be released. Okay? It's time. Time. Okay? Use your intuition. Release it. And ascend. Okay? Get it, girl. Okay, sorry. All right. Take a look at the connecting energies. Let's do one more. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I know it feels like things aren't moving, but honestly, they are. Things are growing. Okay. Things are being rebuilt right now, you know, after so many towers, and we've had some serious towers, guys, let's be honest. Okay? After all these towers and everything that's happened, things are being rebuilt, believe it or not. Okay? I think I mentioned yesterday about the reset. A lot of you are hitting a reset right now. Okay? You're hitting a reset. You're embracing your true self. You're letting go of the past. You're integrating all of yourselves into yourself. Does that make sense? So you're unifying, inner union. Boom, inner union. It's happening right now. And why is this happening? Well, to help you gain strength. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so take the lesson, learn it. Trust that everything's going to be fine. Have faith that everything's going to be fine, okay? Stop holding the truth hostage because you're afraid of what's going to happen if you say something or do something that is in your truth. Okay? Because you're holding yourself back when you do that. Not speaking, you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back from your new beginning, okay? From your reset, from your okay. Everything that you guys have been through, the pain, the drama, the frustration, have you learned from it? Have you grown as a person, as a soul? Good. Don't sabotage yourself now just because you're afraid of what someone might think of you. What are you afraid of? The only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. Right? So stop holding yourself hostage. Stop sabotaging yourself. Okay? Release the connection. And this could also be a karmic connection. Some of you have still not released a karmic connection. Okay? And that doesn't have to be a romantic partner. That could be anything. It could be anyone. Okay? Some of you haven't released the karma within the connection. Some of you have not forgiven yourselves for the karma in the connection. Okay? You need to do that. It's time. Okay? And once you do that, it's going to help you to build your abundance. It's going to help you to build the foundation, the Four of Wands. Okay? For the future of the connection. Okay? And believe it or not, I mean, things are growing in the connection. The connections are growing. Okay? Believe it or not, the energy is constantly going back and forth. Okay? So the foundation is being set. The reset is happening now. Right? But you can't hold yourself back. If there's something you need to walk away from, do it. Stop being afraid to walk away from something that is not for your highest good. And for some of you, this connection right now, as it is now, is not for your highest good. But you're still refusing to acknowledge that and refusing to walk away. See that? Four of Wands, Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, it's time, guys. It's time. It's time to just take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Okay, let's get some messages from the counterparts. Nice. Yeah. Yup. Taking a time out, but I'm working on it. No, right now you sure can't. Yeah. That was the message yesterday. Some of you may have some communication coming, okay? You won't. You can't. Sorry. Stuck with me. Sorry about your luck. Alright, so messages from Source. Yeah, see, what did I just say? Bring love into the situation, guys. When you're operating in love, you can't make the wrong decision. You can't. Okay? So release the fear. Bring love into the situation because you are good enough. You are. You don't need to rely on someone else's good opinion. Move forward regardless. Just do it. Isn't that the Nike? Just do it. Okay, anyway. Yeah, see? Energy's gaining momentum. Okay? You guys probably noticed that the energies have been shifting. Big time. And so, yeah. So what's going to happen is it's going to culminate. Okay? And I do feel some of you do have a tower coming. I specifically feel a lot of divine masculines right now are headed towards a very large, satisfying explosion. Okay? So keep that in mind because emotions are running high. Okay? Divine masculine is very much in his fifis. Divine feminine is too. You had a lot of cups. But hey, this is on the bottom. Boom. Tested. Have faith. Trust. Understanding. Alright guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.